Hi, Emma.
Hi.
So, talk to me. Why are you here?
So I came because I've been having um, trouble lately with my anxiety, and that has caused me to have problems with sleep and productivity in general.
Okay, so you're telling me that you're having some problems with because of your anxiety, with your sleep schedule and everything, and your
Mm.
productivity.
Yeah.
Can you give me more details on that, please?
So basically, because I don't sleep well, it's kind of like a vicious cycle because I get anxious and so I can't sleep, and then I get anxious because I can't sleep, and that distracts me from like the things I have to do every day. And then also there's the fact that I'm tired because I didn't sleep. So it's like everything works against me in that sense.
Okay, against you.
Yeah, like I like nothing is coming out the the way the way it should.
Like what, for example?
Like for example, last week I had an essay due, and like I had scheduled to do like the essay in like 3 days,
Hmm.
so I would have enough time to like go through it and like do it well. But then I started having like a lot of anxiety around it. Like, would I do it well? Like, would it be enough? And then I couldn't sleep all those 3 days, and so I could write very little and very poorly. And so I turned in a very crappy essay. Like,
Okay.
even though I wanted to like make a really good one.
Okay, so it seems like it's been really hard dealing with this anxiety and with all your responsibilities.
Yeah,
Okay, and for how long have you been feeling this way?
maybe. Well, basically since the semester started, maybe three 3 months ago.
3 months ago?
Yeah.
Okay, and have you felt this way before?
Mm, I don't think not with this intensity. Like before, like I would have just like anxiety, but I could use that as a fuel to like do things better. But now it's like taking over and doesn't let me work at all.
So, so let me see if I understood this. This is the first time in your life that you felt anxiety at this whole level.
Yes.
Okay, and you are usually, do you consider yourself an anxious person, like in the baseline?
Actually, no. I think one of my defining characteristics, at least in what comes to the academic stuff, is that I'm very chill, and like I'm never too worried about the work that I do, and like there's only like few courses where it does matter that I do a good job. So
So
over
you're like relaxed. You take things very relaxed.
yeah, yeah, like I have a friend that like she has known me for years, and like when all of this started to get stressed, and like you can tell from how I am always chill from like when I'm really anxious, and she got like worried, and she got me like a coffee and a cookie, and she was like, "Are you okay?"
Okay, so it seems like you've changed a lot
Yeah.
regarding all these problems.
Hmm.
Okay, and talk to me a little about how you deal with all your responsibilities. Like, how do you organize yourself?
So basically, like I have a calendar and a to-do list, like a very simple stuff, and so and like that has worked like very well throughout the years, and yeah, so like, but now I think mostly the problem is that like I'm getting stuff in like my calendar and in my to-do list, but not actually getting to finish all those things, the days and the hours that I want to, like I used to be able to,
Hmm.
you know. That's kind of the thing.
Okay, and when you were probably on another high peak of responsibilities or something, how did you manage all this situation?
Um, Actually, mm, like that was maybe almost like an exact year ago. I had like a lot of work to do, and these classes that I really cared about, and I I don't know. I was just like able, like I said before, like to use kind of like the stress that was causing me as
Hmm.
fuel to do the things that I had to do. So I I would get up like early in the morning, go get breakfast, and then just get to work until lunch, and like have a break, have lunch, talk to people, like relax for a little, and then just keep working throughout the afternoon until like I used to go to the gym and like I could like relax and disconnect from that for a while, and then I would just go to bed. And like in those hours when I would do the work, I would be like efficient. I would be like focused, and I would be like doing like the things I had to do, and I don't know. I guess I would like get into this flow state, um, and maybe like what is different from then to now is that I was actually getting my sleep, but now like I'm sleeping like maybe 4 or 5 hours every day, and so even though I feel very anxious during the day, when I try to focus, it just doesn't work. And so something that would take me like an hour or 45 minutes to do takes me like an hour and a half or two. And so yeah.
Okay, so you were telling me that you have used this anxiety as a fuel before, and that also you had some kind of other activities that could maybe relax you and like
Right.
going to exercise and everything.
Mhm.
That this helped you how to cope with all responsibilities. At the moment, have you changed your routine regarding your exercise and your distracting activities, maybe?
Right. I've definitely changed in habits and all. Like I stopped exercising maybe like six months ago.
Hmm.
Um, Not completely because like I'm taking a class here, like sports class. Um, but other than that, it's really like not enough to do maybe 3 hours of exercise a week, and that has been like a dramatic change from like doing exercise every single day to doing it just 2 times a week for an hour and a half or so. So there's that, and yeah, and also because I'm not as efficient in working, sometimes I have to sacrifice like my lunch time or
Hmm.
like my dinner time.
So you haven't been eating okay.
Yeah, like I have been eating like real fast and then going back to work, and then usually eating alone. Whereas before, I got to spend that time with people and talking. Yeah.
Okay, so right now, let me see if I understood this. You've changed your habits. You don't exercise as much as you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you don't get enough sleep, so you
Mm-hmm.
feel maybe tired the whole day.
Yes.
Yes. Um, you eat very fast and not very well,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have time to spend with your friends.
Yes.
Can you give me more details on how your social situation has changed? Like you're telling me you used to eat with your friends, but aside of that, maybe you used to hang out with them or something.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like every weekend or sometimes before or like in between my classes. Sometimes we would just hang out, and that would be like a relaxed, calm, and interesting time. Um, and on weekends, we occasionally we would go like to a party or like to someone's house, and we would drink, but like chill. It would not get to like I don't know how to say it, like this crazy wild parties. It just be like chill. We would drink maybe beer and have a good time. But now I get to spend less time with them, and like when we do go out for drinks and all that, um, I don't know, maybe like as to like compensate, like I
Compensate?
yeah, like to since I'm always stressed out, like when I do go out with my friends, it's usually to parties, and it's like I've noticed that I drink a lot more than what I used to, and like now I get like really really drunk, and not to the point to pass out, but like close to that. So yeah, so it's kind of like e- like even though I'm going out with my friends, it's still frustrating because um, like I'm so drunk during the time that we spent together that I don't remember most of it. So it's like it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay, I get it. And So it's like maybe you feel a little concerned about what could happen if you go out with your friends because it didn't happen before.
You mean with the drinking and stuff?
Yes.
Um, I'm not necessarily concerned about what could happen, as in like maybe an accident or maybe like getting into a fight and not remember it. Not that kind of thing. Because I know I'm a really like calm person when I drink, but it's more a worry of like I'm getting there and like almost instinctively I just like grab my drinks and then it's like I can't stop.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I was telling you like the compensation stuff because it's like I'm so stressed like I need to relax and then it just like gets out of control very quickly.
Okay, and let me ask this because I don't know if I get this clear. You were saying that you, when you hang out and you drink, you like have these alcohol effects more than what you used to have before.
Right.
Is that because you drink more, or because maybe you're tired and alcohol hits you more?
Hmm. I think it's a combination of both because like I'm I'm not like I'm small and thin, so like alcohol will hit me hard no matter what I do. Um, but before I was like in control of how much I could drink to be in like a good state and not be too drunk but also not sober. But now I think it's more of like I get there, I drink fast and I drink the hard stuff. So maybe it's like that plus that I'm not sleeping, that it's just like yeah.
Okay, so it's like in the moment you feel like you can't stop drinking when you maybe used to stop drink before.
Yeah. It's like I've lost that awareness of where's my point, and so I started drinking really fast. And at first you don't feel it, and then suddenly it's like
Hmm.
you're drunk.
And that started also around 6 months ago, or for how long has been this happening?
Yeah, like at the beginning of the semester, like 4 months ago, it wasn't as bad. It was
What do you mean as bad?
like at the beginning it would be maybe like I would be passed out drunk, maybe 1 or 2 times a month, but now it's like 3 or 4 times a month. So like almost every week,
Hmm.
you know. So like right now it's a lot more frequent, it's a lot more intense. So yeah.
Okay, and you were also telling me that you don't have as much time as you would want to hang out with your friends and like everything as you used to. Um, do you perceive this as some as a matter of time, or as a matter of you don't wanting to?
Mm, hmm. I don't know. I mean, like I definitely want to, but I guess it's hard because I think our interests have kind of switched. Like before, it was not only partying, but like we could maybe go to a park, maybe we could go hiking, maybe we could go, I don't know, to a cool event on the weekend, like a cultural event maybe. And like there was variety. We also partied, but we also did some other stuff. Um, but now it's like mostly partying, and so it's kind of like you don't get that quality time anymore. So it's like, I mean, I do want to hang out with them, but also feel the obligation of going to like where they are, which is at parties.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't say I wouldn't want to. It's just I don't necessarily want to do that because when I do that, things get like bad, you know.
Okay, but why is it that you don't want to do that specifically? Like go to parties, like things go bad, but what happens with that?
Um,
Are there consequences?
well, besides a hangover, all
Okay,
the,
hangover.
yeah, like that's one consequence, and then uh, it's just that like I don't like the consequence maybe is that I don't get to spend quality time with them anymore. It's like it could be anyone in the party, and it would be the exact same thing. Like I would have been in the exact same way. So it doesn't matter it wouldn't matter if it was like four strangers versus four of my closest friends.
Okay.
So that's kind of what bothers me.
Okay, so you're telling me that maybe your priority has changed within, you want to hang out with your friends, but not in parties because you don't think that's close enough?
Yeah.
Okay, and but still, every week or when weekend is ahead, you're willing to see them
Right.
and do something.
Hmm.
Okay. Um, okay, now we're going to talk about a little about with your family. Tell me how this has affected your relationship with your family.
Hmm. I mean, it has definitely affected them because, like, the time of day that we would spend together was at the dinner table and like a little bit through the night because that's when I get home and that's when we all wind down and like talk about our days and so it was really nice. But since I've been um, busy and like worried about my schoolwork and all that, I don't really get to like spend that time with them. I just like get home, like get dinner real quick and be like, okay, I'm leaving. And so they would stay in the at the dinner table like talking, but I would be like, okay, I'm out.
Okay, so you're telling me that this anxiety has affected the relationship with your family because you always like used to have this moment at dinner and you're not having like this moment anymore.
Yeah.
Um, regarding your willingness to hang out with your family at dinner, do you like it or you do it like because it's tradition or
I mean, it's definitely a habit, but it's one that I enjoy. And
you
like,
enjoy?
yeah, like I would look forward. I mean, I still look forward to that, but like I'm busy with all stuff. So it's really nice because like I have a really good relationship, for example, with my mom and my brother especially. Not so much with my dad, but um, it's like that's the time of day where I can like tell them all the interesting things I did, and they can tell me all the interesting things they did, and it's just kind of like a nice moment because during the day we don't see each other at all, and so that's our only moment of connection. And on weekends, like everyone's doing their own thing too, so it's like dinner is like the moment where we all join and talk, and so yeah, it feels awful not to be able to spend that time with them.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. It's like everyone is very independent from each other and everyone has like their own life,
Yeah.
but at dinner is like you're all together.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
and
exactly.
in the weekends you were telling me that everyone does their own thing, but do you do something together on weekends?
Usually no. Like it's very rare that we do something together. Like all of us together on the weekend. It's usually like I go out with my mom or my brother and my dad they go and play tennis together
Hmm.
or yeah, it's like it really is very, very rare for us four to be together for more than like dinner time.
Okay, and has this always been like this?
Yeah, it hasn't like really been a problem anyway.
Okay.
Hmm.
And do you feel support from your family when you have these moments of stress and anxiety? Have you talked to them about this, your feeling?
Um, I don't really talk about this with my family. Like they can tell that I'm busy, and so they like
Mhm.
don't say anything and just like let me go. They don't like demand my attention and my
Of course.
presence, which is a good thing because I would feel more guilty about that.
Guilty?
Yeah, like sometimes I feel like I should be spending, or I would like to be spending more time with them like I used to, and now it's like schoolwork, and well, not schoolwork, is the anxiety that's like pushing me or pulling me away from them. So like I haven't really expressed how I feel because I don't want to worry them or anything. And that's partly why I'm here. Like well, I want to be able to solve this, not getting them involved.
Okay.
Like yeah, hopefully like we can, hopefully to like solve this and just go back to my old routine, like where I was efficient and I could be with them.
Okay, and do you think that this whole anxiety and stress you're feeling, it's because there's an increase in your academic pressure and responsibilities, or is there another event that triggered this anxiety?
Um, I mean, okay, so there was this, like, I ended like a 3 year long relationship, and that was like a huge, it had a huge impact in my life.
When was that?
That was in like May of last year.
So
So,
almost like a year ago.
yes, yes, almost like a year ago. And so it had a huge impact in my life. And it wasn't anxiety at first. The anxiety started when we started the last semester, because I was like still in a lot of pain for the loss of this person. And so seeing them with their new partner, it
Mm-hmm.
was painful at the moment, but then like I kept thinking about them, like overthinking about it, and it not only hurt but also started causing me like
There was like a
anxiety.
mixture of feelings.
Yeah, yeah, like a mixture. Because I was like worried that I would like run into them and like or see them kissing or and
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know. It was desperating and yeah, and so that kind of like started it, and then my last semester started, and I had all these bullshit classes that I had to take to like finish it, besides doing my thesis in just one semester. So it kind of like joined together with all this like pre-existing anxiety. So it
Okay.
got worse.
Okay, so this anxiety like increased a lot after you ended up this long
Yeah,
relationship,
yeah.
and then when you had all the academic pressure.
Yes.
Okay, um, how did you end the relationship?
I mean, it ended up well, as in we don't hate each other, but there's definitely resentment there for things that weren't said, or like some unresolved issues that will probably never be resolved. So,
Like for example?
like for example, is me thinking like, oh, she never communicated how she was feeling when this happened, or she never said like, or I never told her like how I was feeling when she said this, and so it's kind of like I feel like I haven't told her everything, and I feel like she hasn't told me everything.
So it seems like you didn't have like good communication sometimes.
Yeah, like at all. That's partly why we broke up, because the communication was shit.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it's I think it got worse because even though we ended the relationship without hating each other, um, since we were so used to assuming how the other person felt or was thinking, that got worse when we broke up, because it's like, oh, maybe she did this because whatever, or like
So
maybe.
it's like you started overthinking.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And that also like increase your anxiety
Yes.
as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and you were saying that this anxiety was like very high when classes started because you didn't want like to run with her or something here at university. Um, right now, at the moment, like, how do you feel regarding that?
It has diminished quite a bit, because at one point you gotta get used to like them being together, or her existence in general, because this is such a small university that it's like, well, such a small campus that's like you're gonna run into people
Mm-hmm.
all the time, whether you like it or not. So I think that kind of like exposition started to like help with that. So now it's like I do get a little bit anxious still about that, but it's definitely a lot less than what it was last semester. Or,
Okay.
yeah.
So, so let me see if I understood this. The levels of anxiety at the beginning of the semester were very high because of academic pressure and this you're talking about your ex relationship, and right now, the whole levels of anxiety have diminished, or
Not
only regarding that.
only regarding the relationship, because levels of anxiety had just been increasing as the semester went on, but regarding that topic, they went down. Like
Okay,
that,
so maybe you
she's
change
not.
priorities.
Yeah, like she's not the trigger of the anxiety anymore. That's kind of what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing this with me.
Thank you.